Hi, welcome to the Fundamental Home. I'm Amanda, and today we're going to be doing our one-year homestead update. I wanted to do a one-year homestead update because this is the end of our first year that we've been in our home, and it's the end of the summer season, it's the fall time, and we've had some success and we've had some challenges, plenty of challenges. But I wanted to do an honest video about the things that have gone on in this first year because I don't know if you're like me, but I spend a lot of time watching videos of people that I admire, people like Misty Prepper, Appalachia Homestead, American Homestead, Ray Bushar, people like that, and I see the things that they're doing, and when we bought our house, I was really excited to just jump in and get started and try to homestead like they do, and I had all these dreams of all these things that were going to happen, and the fact of the matter is, this first year, I didn't get as much accomplished as I wanted to. I think there were a few reasons for that. First thing was we had no experience. The main thing that didn't happen for us this year was our garden, and I was so excited about it. We had probably 30 tomato plants, like 20 cucumbers, pumpkins, I can't even name all the things that we had planted, and we had them in the cups that we did in the spring, and then we put them in the ground. And I think there's got to be some other people out there that thought like I did that you could just kind of put them in the ground and they would just grow. And I did try to water them regularly, and I did try to make sure there was no weeds around, but the fact of the matter is that I just didn't prepare the ground enough. And we have clay soil and it didn't work out, so in the end we didn't end up with any produce. The only thing that we did end up keeping was our blackberries and our raspberries, and that's pretty much because they'll grow anywhere. So I think that the good thing about all of that is that we learned a good lesson the first year, and now we know what things to do and take seriously for next year. So we have decided to do a back to Eden garden, and we are going to work this whole fall on preparing a piece of ground and getting compost together. We're gathering leaves here in the fall, and we're trying to get a good batch of compost. We've already got our mulch, and we're going to try to do that next year. And with my husband's great wisdom, one of the other challenges that we had this year was, I told you we had all of those plants. We just tried to do too much at once, I think, for the first year. And that was because I had these great dreams. I really just wanted it to be perfect the first year. And I did refrain from getting any animals the first year because I thought, I really need to master the garden first. But the thing about the garden is that we're going to need to put some more work into that than we originally anticipated. So we're going to start with a smaller plot this year and try to do a little bit less and keep it a little more focused. So that's our goals for next year. That was our main challenge. Now, most of my successes in terms of homesteading have been indoors because all of these years we've rented, and there are some things that are indoor aspects of homesteading that I've already worked on for years. I already sew, I already crochet, I already homeschool, I already make things from scratch. And those are wonderful things, but I wanted to expand on those skills. So if you can see right here, this was one of my biggest successes this year. I started canning, and I'm really excited about that. I have not done any pressure canning yet. I'm still a little intimidated by that. And but I do want to show you the things that I did actually make this year. So I've really learned a lot about food storage, which is important, so when we actually have the garden next year, then I'll actually be able to store it and know a little bit more about it. So the first thing that we did was jam, and all the things that I canned and have made to store, I did with my one friend, and she was very gracious to help me. So let me say to you, canners that are doing this for years, please share your knowledge with those of us who don't know anything. It's really helpful to us. She has pretty much taken me by the hand and made in baby steps all of the canning process for me so that I don't have to be stressed about it. I'm super intimidated, even though I'm really looking forward to doing it. But first thing that we did was jam, and we did that when blueberries, blackberries, and peaches were in season. She has blueberry plants on her property. I do not have I do have blackberries planted, but I didn't have enough for this. We actually got a gallon from an older gentleman who was selling them. So those were the blackberries, and the peaches we got from a local orchard. And we made peach jam, blueberry jam, and then blackberry peach is in the middle. And we actually ended up making quite a bit of the jam but you'll notice this is my blueberry, this is my peach, and this is blackberry peach. And we've already, just in the last few months, there used to be an equal amount of all of them. And we've pretty much eaten down all of the blueberry and all of the peach. And that's because my husband really loved the blueberry, which I tell you was actually my favorite as well. And my younger son loved the peach. And we haven't even tried this. We haven't even opened these because we've been eating this. So I think that next year, I actually thought it was so much jam that we would just never use it. But I think next year I'm going to need to at least double or triple the blueberry and the peach. And we can still, I mean, we might really enjoy this, but these I'm definitely going to have to make more of. So the next thing I did was salsa, which you can see this right here. Beautiful salsa. And we did this again with my friend. And I had heard, I planted a lot of tomato plants, and I was anticipating a lot of tomatoes. And I had heard that tomato sauce was one of those things that you work at it all day long and then you only end up with a few jars. I didn't realize the salsa would be the same way, because when I looked at all the ingredients for the salsa, we had buckets of tomatoes, we had all these peppers and all the ingredients out there ready to go, and it just looked like piles of it. And I was so shocked when it was all said and done that we only had a few jars. But again, that's just one of those things you have to recognize in advance. It gives me an idea of how much you need to plant in order to have enough to provide for your family through a whole winter. So this was a really good experience. I'm glad I understand it a little bit better. I think it's good that we kind of took it a little slow, but I haven't even touched these. I'm saving them for special occasions, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and then we'll dole it out after that. But that's the next one that we did. And then recently we did apples. Right here at the front you can actually see some of it was frozen in apple pie mix. And then we also have jelly. Now this is beautiful apple jelly. And then this is also apple jelly. And the difference between the two was we made the apple jelly with the peels and the cores, and this was the red apples, and this was the green apples. And you can see the difference in the color, obviously. And I think they're both beautiful in their own way, but this one is really special. I like this one a lot. So we made the apple jelly, both different kinds. We made the apple pie filling, and we actually made applesauce as well. The applesauce I don't have with me because we just made this a few days ago, and I actually made this with a group of 4 friends, my same friend who helped me with everything. We had 2 other friends that came and helped us out, and everybody was finishing up and I had to leave, so the applesauce was the last thing to be canned, and I have not got my applesauce yet, but I'm really excited to have it. We're going to have it in the next few days, so that's going to happen here soon. So this is it. This is an entire year's worth of canning, and it felt like it was a lot. It felt like I stayed busy, but look, it didn't end up with too much on my hands. So I know I have friends that make, over 1,000 jars that they can a year, and I am looking at their wisdom and glad that they're around me so that I can learn from them. But this was for me a really good first year. I'm excited that I learned the process. I'm boldly going forward and attempting to do some pressure canning here soon, and I'll let you know when that happens. But this has pretty much been the main success of my first year. And it doesn't seem like much for you people that are homesteaders that have been doing this forever. Man, I'm impressed. But I hope you understand that not everyone knows all of the different aspects that go into creating a homestead. And I just, like I said, thought that I could just go out and do everything, and it takes a whole lot more than that. It takes a whole lot of knowledge that I just don't have. So I am looking forward to the next year just building on the knowledge that we have. I'm really excited to be part of the Great Appalachia Homesteading Conference, where I'm going to be teaching about homeschooling. But I'm actually trading my knowledge and my information for knowledge and information from the homesteaders that are good at this sort of thing, that are good at the gardening. And I'm going to share my knowledge, and we can just trade back and forth the knowledge that we have and hopefully gain a little bit more of the skills and things that we need for homesteading. So I appreciate you all staying tuned. I will try to continue to share the knowledge that I have, and I hope that you will feel free to share your knowledge with me about everything that you know about homesteading. And as we just share knowledge back and forth with one another, we can grow a great community of people who are excited about homesteading and all the things that go into it. So, and then, hey, in 10 years from now, you'll watch this video and you'll be as amazed as I am about the change and the growth that we've had, I hope. So, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. I hope to see you at the Homesteading Conference with Appalachia Homestead and Misty Prepper. And I will see you again soon. Thanks so much. Okay, I just wanted to tell you one more thing, that I'm going to have a link in the description box below to the Great Appalachia Homesteading Conference. So be sure to click that link and like us on Facebook, follow us, keep an eye on everything that's going on and happening as we prepare for that. It's happening in April. So make sure you check that out, and I will see you next time. Bye!